guys, so welcome back to my channel. I want to go ahead and do a try new products video for you guys because you guys know I just did my Sephora VIB Sale Haul. So I bought a couple products, but then also in my collection, my everyday collection, I have a couple products, you guys, that I haven't tried in a long time that are fairly new or I really just haven't used as well. So yeah, I have a lot to share with you guys right here in front of me, and if you're excited, make sure you like and subscribe, and let's jump right into the video. All right, you guys, so happy Sunday. I wanted to go ahead and use some new products that I picked up from the Sephora VIB Sale Haul, and then also I wanted to use products that are fairly new that I really don't use often on my channel, and I feel like that's just terrible because they're just sitting there in my vanity and I need to use them. So this is all I have in front of me. I'm ready to go ahead and jump right into it. So the first one I do have is a Shiseido WASO Poreless Matte Primer, and I just love the packaging. I love this so much when I did my little haul for the Sephora VIB sale, and I just love everything about it. It comes with a sticker in here, you guys, and well, basically I feel like with this, what it's trying to let you know is it's based off the wasabi, which is super hot and spicy if you eat sushi, if you guys don't know about that. But I love the whole concept. It's so cute to me. But for the primer itself, it's supposed to be a poreless matte primer, and you guys know I've been using the one size Patch a Star primer, and I love that one, but I still need something a little bit more mattifying for my T-zone. So I'm gonna try this one today and see if it works. And it also has a green tint as well, so I like that. But I'm gonna dot this all over my face. I'm just gonna start with a little bit because the name wasabi, like, it means to use a small amount. You guys don't know because it's super spicy. So I feel like it's the same thing with this primer. Like, I feel like a little bit goes a long way. You really don't need too much with this, but yeah, this is what it looks like. And I love how easy it blends into the skin because typically when it comes to matte primers, they do tend to ball up on the skin, but this one looks really good so far. So I'm gonna focus it on my T-zone and then just pat to spread it out. Y'all, tell me why I forgot to turn on my mic. All right, I realized a couple of minutes in, which is pretty good because I could have went this whole video and forgot about it. But yeah, it's on. It should sound a little bit better. But this is what the skin is looking like with the primer. I love the fact that it gives you a matte feel, but it doesn't feel drying on the skin. So I'm really excited for this one to see how it wears throughout the day. But moving on to foundation, or actually the blurring skin tint from Fenty. I have the shade 20, and you guys know I've been using this on my channel. And for me to be using this often just says a lot because, like I told you guys, I love Fenty. I love a lot of her products. But when it comes to like the foundation and stuff like that, I haven't found one that I really like. And this one, she just killed the formula. And I know it's not a foundation, but at the same time, it makes my base look so flawless every single time. So I'm going to take some of this onto the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take my Morephe brush to apply this on the face. And I want to tell you guys as well, I've been working on getting rid of my dark marks, and I finally found the perfect product, y'all, because it's been under a month and my dark marks are almost gone. So I cannot wait to share with you guys what it is. And I'm really happy about it because it allows for me not to really color correct anymore, because I don't know, I feel like using the color corrector, I love it, but it's an extra step that I feel like I just really don't want to do all the time. So yeah, really excited about it, and I cannot wait to share what it is in my skincare video that I do really soon. Now, taking my sponge, I'm gonna blend this onto the face, and I kind of want to see how it feels with the primer underneath. And I will say it's applying a little bit more matte than normal, of course, because of the primer itself, which is not a bad thing because y'all know I'm super oily and it's hot outside. So yeah, it looks really good on the skin. Like, the primer doesn't have like that, I don't know how to describe it, but you guys know when it comes to matte primers, like typically it'll kind of ball up, the foundation will ball up around where the matte primer was applied. But with this one, like, everything looks really smooth so far, so I love that. So this is what it looks like with one layer on the skin. I'm gonna apply a little bit more because this formula, of course, is a little bit sheer. So I'm just gonna apply it in the areas that have my dark spots, just a little bit. I don't really need too much. and then like my forehead. And while I applied the foundation onto the skin, I'm going to talk about the Sephora VIB sale because I realized in the comments a lot of people didn't go as hard this year, and I kind of felt the same way as well. Typically, I have a lot of makeup products in my haul, but this time, y'all, I just really didn't have much. I actually went ahead and rebought a couple products I ran out of and probably like 3 new items, which is pretty shocking for me because y'all know it me, like I typically go hard for my hauls. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people this year just took it easy. Maybe there's not a lot of products out there that we're excited for. I don't know what it is. Or I think a lot of people as well are moving on to skincare because I'm super big on skincare at the moment. So I feel like a lot of people spent their money on skincare instead. I literally feel like I've been blending for so long, you guys. Like, it's been about 12 minutes, so let me get it together. Moving on to bronzing my skin. You guys know I typically use the Juvia's Place Katsina contour stick, but I'm gonna use a Huda Beauty medium Tantour contour and bronzer cream. I really love this product, but I always forget that I have it, y'all, so I'm pulling it back up, and this is what it looks like. All right, I love this shade. It is so perfect for my skin. So what I'm gonna do is grab my sponge and already applied some product onto it. I'm gonna slowly build the color up. But y'all can see like this shade on my skin is perfect for the summertime. I love this, and it's so easy to blend as well. So I'm just gonna use my sponge and just pat around like that. Like, look at this side, and then look at this side. Like, come on, all right? Giving me skin. And I'm just going back in with some more product. Honestly, the trick with this is to start off small because a little bit goes a long way, and it's really easy to go overboard. Like with this, I just want to keep applying it on my skin and applying it and just look so bronzy and glowy, but I think this is enough right now, but let me just apply it a little bit more. So for concealer, you guys know I always use my Path McGrath Labs concealer. I mean, I went ahead and got another one for the Sephora VIB sale, but I want to retry a concealer I've had in my collection, and it's an Hourglass Vanish Airbrush concealer, and I have it in the shade Maple. To be honest, the shade range, the next shade up from this one was way too dark, but the one below it was way too light. So this was the only shade I could pick up. And I feel like I love the formula, but the shade just throws me off. So we're gonna retry it again and see if I feel the same way. And I also want to mention with this as well, a little bit goes a long way, y'all. Like, you need a little bit with this. So I'm just gonna start off applying some in the inner corner, some out here. I'm just trying this trick that I've been seeing people do on Instagram where you just apply it in your inner corner and then your outer corner, and you just blend it together. That way you're not applying too much product underneath the eyes. Now taking my sponge, we're gonna blend this out and see if I like it. So let's see. All right, so it's really good so far. I know I love the formula. I think it was like the shade, or I think I was applying way too much back then as well because I used to go crazy with concealer. But if you use a little bit, it looks really nice underneath the eyes. Y'all, I swear I always do this to myself, but like, tell me why I like it. Tell me why it looks good on the skin, and this whole time I've just been letting it sit there. Okay, so yeah, if you use a light hand, it looks really beautiful and flawless underneath the eyes. So okay, Hourglass, I'm sorry. Like I don't know what I did in that review video, but I liked it. I just think I applied way too much, so the shade just kind of like changed my whole skin tone, to be honest. But if you use a little bit, you should be fine. I swear, y'all, like, I'm really upset right now. Like, this really looks good on the skin. Like, what was I thinking? I don't know. But yeah, it looks flawless. I like it. I like it on the skin. So now to set underneath the eyes, I actually picked up the Path McGrath Labs Yellow Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blur and Under Eye Powder. Now, I bought this because before I bake my under eyes, I press it, you know, with a pressed powder just to set the area first, and then I bake on top. So with this one, I kind of want to see how it performs because I use an Urban Decay All-Nighter waterproof translucent powder to set underneath the eyes, but I want to try a yellow pressed powder instead to see how that works. So I know on camera it probably looks a little bit light, but in person it's a little bit more yellow than it's shown on camera. So what I'm gonna do is blend out the creases first. That way we're not setting creases. And then I'm gonna take my sponge and just rub the powder onto it. Ooh, it's a little bit powdery. Okay. And I'm just gonna set the under eyes and see what that looks like. Ooh, okay. So right off the back, I was like, wait a minute, this is a little bit light. But the more you press it into your skin, it becomes translucent. And it really blurred that area as well. I don't know if y'all are seeing that, but it really made that area, ooh, smooth. Okay. All right, Path. All right, so it looks really nice, y'all. I may just leave it like this because I was gonna bake on top, but like I really like how the powder looks. Let me go back in with a little bit more and just really look up to set everything and then blend it out. But y'all, that looks really good. Okay. Path, I feel like with Path McGrath, I'm really just becoming a big fan of her products. Like, y'all know I talk about her all the time, but everything she does just looks so good. So I really like that, y'all. It looks so smooth and flawless underneath the eyes, like absolutely beautiful. I love that. So let's try the other eye. I'm gonna blend out the crease first to get rid of all the creases. And then I'm going to take my sponge again and blend it into the powder and press into the skin. And like right off the back, you guys, like it looks super white, but trust me, it turns into a translucent powder onto the skin. But yeah, this is beautiful. I love it. And I'm also going to take the powder to set the chin as well. And basically everywhere else I applied the concealer. So let me come up a little bit closer to show you guys what the skin looks like so far. I think everything is looking really good. Like y'all know on my channel, I use the same product every time, but I was like, no, this video, I'm gonna try to go out my box and just switch it up a little bit. And I'm so glad I did because I found some new favorites as well. But we're gonna set the face. I'm gonna use, let me see, where's my brush? I'm gonna use my, I'm always dropping something, my Equal Tools brush, and I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I love this powder foundation, but you guys know I love my Makeup Forever one just a little bit more. Like that's my baby, but I'm gonna try something different as well. So I'm gonna take some of this to set the areas that don't have any powder on it, and ever so lightly, because you really don't need too much with a powder foundation. And then I'm gonna take some onto the forehead as well. Now moving on to bronzer, I don't have a bronzer that I would like to try from Sephora that I haven't used before, but I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer in the shade Tan number 3. You guys know this is a favorite of mine, but to be honest, my face looks pretty bronzed already with the Huda Beauty Tantour, so I don't need too much of this, just being honest. I'm just going to take a little bit of it just to kind of set the bronzer. But yeah, I really don't need to go overboard because that Tantour, like, it gives you a bronze. All right, let's just say that. Like, it looks really good. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this around the face just to set everything. And to set the whole entire face, I'm gonna use my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray. It's been a minute since I've used this on my channel. So remember, you gotta shake it up because it has like that oil base up top. So you have to shake it to mix everything together. I'm just gonna spray my face. Y'all, I love the glow that my skin gets every time I use that setting spray. Like, it gives you a natural glow, and I have no highlighter on yet, so I'm excited. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to blush. Let's see what I have in here. I didn't pick up any new blushes, y'all, just being honest, but I got the Fenty Beauty cream blush in the shade Fuego like a couple months ago, and I really haven't used it at all, but I'm gonna mix it with the cream blush in the shade Rosé Latte. So with Rosé Latte, what I'm actually gonna do is gonna grab this and take my sponge and just blend this all over the cheek area, as y'all can see. Now, the only thing is it kind of matches my bronzer, so I try not to go too crazy with this one, but it gives you a very natural color on the cheeks. And then after, y'all will see what I do with Fuego, just to add a little bit of something to the cheeks as well. So let me blend this one onto the cheeks. I'm just looking so glowy, y'all, because the Creams Out, what's it called? The Cheeks Out Creams blushes add a glow to your cheeks as well. So I really like that. Just gonna blend that in a little bit more. Now I'm gonna grab Fuego Flush, and I'm gonna take this onto my sponge, and y'all will see how I kind of apply it. So I just kind of squeeze my sponge like this, really awkward, but it's gonna have to work. And I'm gonna take this blush onto the high points of my face. So I'm just gonna tap here, because to me on the skin it's just more of a highlighter, so I'm just gonna use it as such and just blend that. As y'all can see, like, look how beautiful that looks. I'm gonna apply some up here as well. But I just love how beautiful it looks on the skin. And because it's orange, it just literally melts into my skin tone. You guys, I'm a mess today because I meant to try the DANESSA MYRICKS Beauty Dew Wet Highlighting Balm. And this is like the main thing I was so excited for. So I don't know how I forgot. All right, I need to take this off somehow because we're gonna try this today. So this is what it looks like in the packaging. It looks so wet and sleek. I'm excited to see what this looks like on the face. So I did try my best to get rid of the highlighter, and I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, I know a lot of people are asking me about this product, like, to try it out, and I completely just forgot. So anyways, let me go into this. What I'm gonna do first, actually, is wash my sponge, because I want to make sure I'm using just this highlighter and not the Fenty one. So I'll be back in a second. So I'm back with the clean sponge. That way the Fenty one is completely gone. That way we can see how this really applies on the face. All right, let's get into it. So I'm gonna take some of this onto the sponge and just tap it into the skin. And I like the fact that it has like a tacky texture to it as well. That way I know it's gonna stay on the skin all day. But this looks so wet, you guys. I hope you're seeing that on camera, but it looks so wet. And I love the fact that it is a chocolate color, because it literally melts into my skin. That way you can't see where it starts or stops. So that's what it looks like, given that wet vibe. And also, in case you guys don't know, I've been really loving like balms and creams on my skin, just because they look so natural and they look very skin-like as well. Because a lot of people always ask me how my skin looks so glowy just all around, and it's because even though I have powder on my skin everywhere and I set my whole entire face, because y'all know I'm oily, I use a bunch of cream products, so they kind of give that glow to the skin as well. Like, look, oh my god, look at that, y'all. That looks beautiful on the skin. And I'm gonna take some onto the forehead as well, even though I don't need it. But this is what it looks like, you guys. Beautiful. Wow, like this side is getting me. I don't know if it's the lighting, but this side looks so nice. Obsessed. So I do recommend this. If you've been looking for a good wet highlighter type balm situation, this one is for you, and it's in the shade hot water as well. So last but not least, for the lips, I do have my Morephe Trendsetter lip liner, but then for the lips itself, I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Cream Gloss in the shade Honey Waffles. Alright you guys, so this is a completed look. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and found a couple new products that you probably want to try out as well. But I am loving the way my skin looks. I'm obsessed with it. I'm a little bit too glowy. Like, I don't know if that's a thing, but I feel like I'm too glowy. So let me tone it down a little bit. But yeah, I love how the skin looks. Absolutely beautiful. And I found a couple new products that I'm going to be obsessed with as well. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know down below. But I love you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.